Hey filmmakers, this is Mr. Granlund. I'm going to show you how to do all 9 cuts from the 9 cuts every editor should know. Now standard shots, that's just sliding 2 shots together just like in the video. I'm going to get some other footage as I do this, demonstrate the jump cut, which is our next one. I'm going to just kind of shift around a bit, take out some of the space in between the cuts, and you're going to see what a jump cut looks like later. J cuts. That's where we're in here, and you're going to start to hear some of the noise from outside. And now we've transitioned using an L cut. So you heard that noise leading into this shot, and that was an L cut. Now cutting on the action, or a seamless cut, is the classic villain shot. So I'm going to turn around in the chair, and then I'm going to zoom in and turn it around in the chair again, and you'll see that cut. Excellent, Smithers. Excellent. So that's your classic villain shot. Oh, that is too close. Looking at some of these other actions, so that would be cutting on the action, or a seamless cut. Cross-cutting is where you have 2 things happening at the same time. So while I'm talking about this, something else is happening at the same time. Other places in the room, a parallel action. So while I'm doing this, you might see scenes of other things that are happening, in theory, at the same time. Now cutaway, usually that editors will do that when they cut to the eyes. So for instance, I'm gonna look down. Now montage is just simply a lot of little cuts kind of cut together. They're almost like a bunch of standard shots or a bunch of jump cuts kind of jammed together that describe something that's happening. So if I'm doing a training montage, you might see me doing a bunch of exercises and different, like a lot of shots, but the clips are really small. So montage, a bunch of jump cuts or a bunch of standard shots kind of smushed together that describe an action. Finally, we have the match cut, and there's 2 different ways that you can do this. So one match cut is you can match things graphically. So for instance, if you have kind of 2 objects of the same size in the frame, you can kind of swap them out in the middle of a cut. So for instance, I could do a match cut, and instead of me holding my coffee cup, I'm going to cut right here. That's a tasty microphone. There's a second way to do a match cut, and that is where you kind of describe the action by making a cut inside of it that shows another angle of the action. So for instance, I'm in my chair, and if I push away from my desk and get up to leave, I'm going to do a second shot that's from a low angle of my chair pushing away from my desk.